No, ni leo.
Today's today.
That means lioness and lion. Hello, my friends, my YouTube family. There is way too much going on in NYABOHANSE for me to sit here and have a holiday on my weekend off. Oh, no. I have to come here and work hard, man, and let you know what is going on. I am Myra. My YouTube Jesus is finished. IamMarwa is finished. The women have finished him. Dee Mwango finished IamMarwa. Rocio ate him up like sawfish, and Aki. He's finished. Even the bones they tore up. Guys, we have to pray for IamMarwa. He is finished. IamMarwa walked into the house of his mom. Congrats, mom. Only to meet up with women. Okay? Women protecting the sister. It was a battle of the sexes. It was a battle of the sexes at Congrats Mom's home. Rocio already entered that house, letting IamMarwa know who's the woman.
Guys, I'm here carrying 10 liters of cooking oil. No, we can open. This is my home. It's not something where you knock. Okay. Visitors are coming. Maybe I should not close. Do you hear the things making noise?
You can carry this. You're the man.
Mostly it's the woman who carries the gift.
No, not in my culture.
Not in your culture?
It's a heavy stuff.
My sister is here. Yes.
Because IamMarwa was trying to let Rocio carry like 5 gallons of a 5-gallon jar of cooking oil. She was supposed to carry it like the woman she should have been. To Congrats Mom, Rocio say, no, a woman doesn't carry such a heavy jar. You're the man, you carry it. But that wasn't enough. When they got into the house, the battle continued. Congrats Mom did not even welcome Rocio genuinely. Okay? When I compare how Congrats Mom welcomed Coco Girl.
Until tomorrow I can do it with you. Mama. Wow. I miss you.
Hi, darling.
Welcome after long travel.
Yes.
After long travel.
Yes.
Welcome home.
Oh, so happy to be. My mom is so excited. But look, I'm come back to you single, and I come back to you with African the dress.
Then you remain in my home forever. You remain here forever in my home.
Look at that, guys.
You are my daughter. You have a Coco girl.
I love you.
You love me so much.
Yes, a lot.
Thank you for coming back.
Of
to see
course.
Mom.
Me and you, it's not over, never. Me and you, it's for good. See.
I love you, Coco girl. Let me assist you to
Yeah, I put in the room. This is what I told you. This is Mama. She take care. She go to do laundry. She cook. She take your bed. I don't want, of course, but this is Mama.
Yeah.
This is Mother. This is Mama. Look at that.
This is how she welcomed this Rocio as her daughter-in-law.
I came, Rocio told me, not today, come tomorrow. Wow. Welcome to Congrats Mom's home. Wow. I love you so dearly. Welcome. And you kept time.
No,
So guys, I'm so happy. Myra has come with my daughter
Yes.
in law.
Yes.
Yes.
I see Uncle Mo. Uncle Mo,
Ngoma is also
Thank you.
Where others? I thought you were coming with a big.
Welcome. They are coming. How you are?
Yeah, we didn't know how many people you wanted, but we can call.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, I'll call them and come. Yes. Hey, how are you?
The famous.
Okay.
Hi, how are you, Myra?
Hi, very well.
Completely different daughter-in-law. Not daughter. And then when they got into the house, there was so much throwing of shades. The battle was not spoken, but it was so obvious. Yes, Myra said they had a feud, but the feud that they were creating was superficial. It wasn't the real feud. Okay, so we're going to talk about the real feud that's happening. Well, first of all, about Rocio and IamMarwa, we already realized they're finished. Right now, they're playing unscripted. IamMarwa takes pictures of Rocio, like, in his video, as if she's a man. The disparity between the femininity of the Africans, his older sister, his younger sister, the mother even, doing the cooking, and Rocio is there uncomfortable. It's all script. Rocio is not comfortable in that house. Muzungu she's the only Muzungu. Okay, and the Spanish, they like to be together. They like family. Okay, so right now we're wondering if Rocio's family was there, maybe she would have felt more comfortable. But Rocio went into that house like a stranger. She did not go to this house like a daughter-in-law. She was not cooking with the women. She was very manly, like, and then he shot her back, and where you could see the tattoos. Such a disparity, even from Bo. Bo didn't have any tattoos like this much, so the tattoos and her jeans made her look very manly and unfeminine. And
No, we can open.
and then Myra calls her a bitch. Okay. In fact, Myra was calling her bitchy, okay, but she, knowing that he was calling her bitchy, when he asked her opinion, she's like, I'm a beach person. So he reinforced that and says, well, she's a bitch. That she even says that she's a bitch. I'm sorry guys for using that word, but that they were using beach, okay, to imply that word. Oh my God, the B word, that she's a bee.
But you see, for her, she says she's a beach person.
Oh, you like the beach?
Yes.
Wow.
So she would love to have a space like that.
Okay. And then, my God, Dee's friend, Shauna, comes in and say, oh, you like the bitch? Oh my God. So Rocio was being called the B word. And obviously she was the only woman there who was not involved in the cooking. The only woman not in that kitchen. Dee Mwango was talking to Myra, but she had just came from the kitchen. All right, so they had set it all up. They're getting rid of Rocio, obviously, but the thing with Rocio is that it may be that she's stuck. We can't say she doesn't have money because she can save money from her YouTube channel. But what ends up happening is that it appears as if Myra is making her pay, because she said something like, yeah, they said that just so they could double the prices. And Myra said, oh, this kitchen is not what we thought it was. So we already know the kitchen meant Rocio is changing. Not that Rocio is changing. This relationship has been over for a long time. I haven't been following them because they're boring, but this relation died before Valentine's Day. That's why there was no Valentine's to celebrate in the first place, because the relationship is dead. Okay? So Rocio's stay there, she's stuck. She's stuck, and also we don't know how much Myra just ate her up, you know, chewed her and finished her off before she decided that she can't have any more. So she's fed up with the relationship, but for some odd reason, my question is why they are lingering it. Maybe they don't realize that we've already figured it out. Me, as I said, I've been like concentrating on Dee Mwango and her mistakes in Jamaica, but now that she's back home, and she's met with her brother, we can continue. But of course, like today, it's too much going on for me to even focus on colorism. It's like I can't focus. It's just too much. But there is, of course, between the relationship and D that I'm gonna discuss, there is again the colorism, but it may be more like the Myra's ageistness is being attacked by these women, because many years ago, as I was gonna say, Myra said that a woman, once she hits 30, if she is not married, you know, to have kids, she is finished. And he felt justified to say that because his oldest sister was already married with kids. So the biggest problem is that the first example that Myra gave in his example of failure is about women reaching 30 and not married.
It's actually like our parents kind of train us on what failure is. Like our parents tell us, or our teachers tell us what failure is, and society tells us what failure is. So, for example, if you are a girl and you've not married or you've not gotten married, depending on how your English is, by the age of 30, it's kind of, you failed. But actually, today I want to be telling you why it's okay to fail. But in this context, I'll be talking about just like when you want to achieve something in life, but you end up missing it. And by that, it's a failure. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to sit. So, one thing you should understand is failure is a good thing. Failure is a really, really good thing, because if you really want something, let's say you want to study medicine, or you want to achieve something, in life, anything, it can be anything. You want to build a house, you want to marry at a certain age, you want to go. So, but you end up missing your point or target. So, in many cases, people will call that failure.
And then he repeats it like 2 more times within the first 3 minutes of his conversation. So for him, that's a bias he has, because he's not a woman, to even know, like, you know, how a woman would feel. But he is just assuming. And the worst part is he has his bias against women, yet he's trying to marry Muzungu. So if he has this feeling that, a woman at that age is a failure, then why is it that he's not helping, like, a fellow Kenyan woman resolve that problem? He wants Muzungu. So that, I think, if I were his sister, and I have a colorist brother, but, and I've told him before, like, he would say things and he would even tell my mother things about me, or about it, or tell me things about one of my other sisters. And he's the only boy in that family. Myra is lucky he's got Davy, even though we already know the situation with Davy. But, and he, to assume certain things or to scorn certain aspects of femininity is a problem. So yes, Dee had to attack his bias against women and against African women. But now, as Dee is approaching her late 20s, this may become an issue. So this is why she's dressed up like the young girl. So a lot of things, Dee's behavior comes into mind now when you look at the relationship between she and the brother, okay, the older brother, is that she's dressed up like a young girl, letting him know that I'm a young woman, I still have opportunities. And this is one of the things that I must say regarding black brothers, is that a lot of times, especially when they're colorists, they do not support their black sisters. He claims that he's supporting her just because he showed her how to use YouTube. However, if she wasn't like independent on her own, she wouldn't have made it. He could have taught it to her, and she wouldn't have gone further. But it is her own independence and her own self-drive that actually got her to where she is, first of all. So the fact that he keeps putting women down so much is a huge issue. The other thing is his inability to love black women. So how could he say that he loved his sister if he cannot show her? It's like, the important thing is not what you say, it is what you do. So he is showing Dee that he constantly is in search of a Muzungu woman because black women aren't good enough. So all of these have a lot to do with Dee's behavior. And as Dee decides that she needs to move on right now, she is independent. It looks like Myra doesn't understand that Dee is independent. And she, like before, maybe she wasn't financially independent, but now she is financially independent. She can make decisions on her own. She can start her businesses. There's a lot that she can do. Okay, so therefore, it seems like Myra still wants to keep a hold of her, and then wants her to pay. First of all, she shouldn't be paying Myra anything. Just like her ex-boyfriend, the ex-Jamaican boyfriend who lives in Kenya, says, she's a young woman. She should be worrying about herself. And this is why I guess she's showing Myra that she can worry about her parents, but not him. Because you see, whatever belongs to the parents can somehow, some part of it can come back to her. But whatever belongs to him is not going to come back to her. So why is she going to invest in him? Great. He gave her the arm and, to get herself up and be a YouTuber. But at this point, he needs to let her be independent. But nonetheless, his attack on women back then, and he has continued to attack women by age, Dee seems to be fighting that as she reaches that threshold age that, or as she approaches that threshold age that he mentioned. But IamMarwa did not come to the house unarmed. He did not come unarmed. IamMarwa came armed. So he came with Rocio, who obviously was not his weapon, but their weapon. The women, and it was all women, guys. It was all women. So he had to call his help, which was Mayugono, who loves his chocolate black women. Okay, so now this Mayugono, they have been using Mayugono a lot, and it's maybe because maybe they tried using Charles too, because he had his black wife Caroline is black, and they seem to not give importance. Not they, IamMarwa particularly, does not seem to give importance to black women. So he might have tried to use Charles. I don't know if he got away with it, if Charles is cheating on his wife or whatnot. But one of the things we do know, and it is very interesting, the way that Dee was showing a video of how he sandwiched the woman, Rocio, between himself and Charles. So they really were putting down Rocio there. Rocio was being chopped up while they were cooking Myra like sawfish and with Aki. Rocio was being chopped, for her to see herself riding between Charles and IamMarwa, like he shares this woman. Okay, and then, like, again, she doesn't have any Muzungu to back her up on this. It's like really thinking of what they are calling her here, and then when as we continue, okay, they what Myra ends up doing as a backup is he calls Mayugono. Why would he call Mayugono? Well, remember what Dee said while she was in Jamaica protesting against going to his party, protesting against his
I just want to tell you guys,
This is what Dee knows. The only person that is truly genuine and somebody who we can call like a friend, somebody who cannot throw us under the bus, is Mayugono. If you don't know who Mayugono is, go check his YouTube channel. Mayugono is just a loyal friend. We love him so much. Even when I'm back home, he just comes home to just check up on me. You know that person who will be like, yo, Dee, how you doing? Is everything okay? Just checking up on you. Nothing like give me shout outs, give me do this to me, share my videos, do this. I really appreciate Mayugono. Like Mayugono is the real OG. Mayugono is the real OG. So all these people who are trying to be around, when it's beneficial for them, they won't get me. They won't get me.
He got back with Tudi. He got back with Dee by bringing Mayugono, a father of, I believe, 2 children. All right, because we realize that now, other than Ponte, because Ponte was the only one who was really single, okay, Dee has been running into men who are not really single with children, with grown children. At least Mayugono's kids are still under 10, I believe. Okay, so he brought a father to remind her of the kind of men that she liked. And he says, well, you know, sister, you know, I don't have any things against you.
Take it easy. These young girls. You know, welcome. Oh my God. No, but sister, I don't have any problem with you. And I don't to have a difficult heart. Just know it was honestly from my heart. I felt you should have come. But again,
going back to the use of Mayugono, IamMarwa has been tempting Mayugono. From tempting him with Muzungu, white women, he doesn't like. From, I guess, maybe even money. Well, now he's tempting him with money of his sister. And apparently Mayugono is still faithfully close to his wife. Even if they're severed, you know, he's faithful to his wife. So what is IamMarwa, like the devil? Why is he tempting Mayugono? And the worst part is, the man is married to a black woman. You know, so he's like, oh, I guess the black wife is not good enough for him, so now you're gonna give him your sister. If Mayugono's smart, he knows if he falls for this temptation, Dee's gonna chew him up just like she chewed all those other men. Okay, Dee Mwango, the seductress, suddenly is a Jezebel. She made a pass at him.
So my discipline is fun.
How are you? How are you, Mayugono wife? You are village.
But he did not fall for the pass.
Something I woke up, and it was 30 days. You could say, okay, I'll come. And it was in December when everybody was home. It gave more reasons. Sorry, this is making noise in the background a little bit.
Let me reduce the volume.
Yeah. Mayugono, unaelewa hii story inaendelea huko?
Story, yeah? So my discipline is fun.
I'm asking, namuuliza mbona hakuja sherehe yangu na ni dada yangu.
Oh. You know, Dee Mwango is Jamaican people now.
I'm explaining to Mayugono what's happening. But sister, I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I have no, but it hurts me really bad.
Do you really not have anything against her? Why are you rubbing Mayugono in her face, a married man, you know, who broke up with his wife, as if you're gonna steal Mayugono from his wife for your sister because he likes black women? Really? So he is already telling us, IamMarwa that is, that yes, he doesn't like black women, so therefore he doesn't like his sister. He he is playing games, and there are a lot of brothers like that. You know, they are colorists. They do not like their black sisters. They put us down. They find anything to put us down. Even even what we excel in, they will use it to put it down so they could put up a light-skinned or a white or mulatto woman on a pedestal. Okay, this is how they are, and this is exactly what IamMarwa is behaving like the colorist that he is. Okay? My advice to Dee Mwango is she needs to, What is it that you want? That you actually fall for what your brother's saying? It's like you and your brother are just evil. The fact that you go after Mayugono is good. I mean, it's not about him being married, because there are a lot of evil. When I say evil, demonic married men. But Mayugono is a good person. He's good at heart. And even Dee knows it. And you dare to go and tempt him? You dare to make that pass? Maybe it was a girlish thing, right? Because you've been very girlish lately, and maybe you're innocent of it. But even if you are innocent of it, you have to realize how many Muzungus had a ride with you. Okay, from JB, God knows what happened with Ponte, and you just going around. Come on, girl, get with the program. Have some self-pride. And what does that mean? Clean up your act. Even if your brother is the devil, okay, don't fall for his softening your heart. Even if you have a crush on Mayugono, all right, even if you can't help it, realize what you just did there was wrong. Rather, you help that man get back with his wife, and you get yourself a decent, respectable relationship. What are you turning yourself into? If you fall for this trap of IamMarwa, what are you turning yourself into, Dee Mwango? Then again, many people have been trying to teach Dee about what to look for in men. Coco Girl tells Dee it's not money. Rocio told Dee, go ahead, date a poor man, try all of them. Of course, we wonder what Myra is thinking, because we know Myra is going to register this, guys. Rocio's in trouble, okay? She said too much. But anyways. And then Myra told Dee to stop dating men that she's taking care of. Very good advice. I mean, it makes no sense, because you see, the idea of being a woman, we were brought up for the definition of a woman. And most people who you see married is because their husbands, okay, like when I say married, I mean married for a long time, because their husbands treated them like a woman, you know. So we know there's a certain way that a man should treat you as a woman. So it makes no sense why young women need to have to suffer the pangs of being treated a certain way by men, young or old women. That women have to be treated as non-feminine, you know, as we fight against, you know, the treatment of women, particularly dark-skinned women in here. Okay, so Myra advised Dee well, but the question is, does Myra himself practice what he's advising towards Rocio and or towards women? And the problem with Myra's advice towards Dee, by the way, guys, is the fact that here you are, you're calling your sister pretty because she's wearing those long fake hair, and then you're giving her advice about not buying men. You shouldn't be having to pay. And let me tell you one of the reasons why a woman may feel like they need to pay. Men tend to think that, you know, some men, they have such audacity. They think like, the woman, women want this from them, women want that from them, and they can call the women anything. But the women tend to pay to buy their respect. All right. And you know, if you're not dating a man, you know, you don't expect that man to pay for your dues, because then he's gonna think that, you know, you owe him something. All right. But of course, you're not gonna select a man that is gonna treat you like you owe him something because he paid either, you know. So that is not a choice of a man. But at the same time, a man who you can choose would be one who feels like he has to, that big brotherly thing. But then again, Myra is not even treating Dee like a big brother. As a big brother, Myra should be paying for Dee. He cannot be expecting for Dee to be paying for him. As a big brother, he needs to be treating Dee in the same way that he wants those men to treat Dee. And this is why, one of the reasons why he is the downfall of Dee having a relationship. Number one, IamMarwa put Dee down many years ago as a woman. You cannot be one of the men in a family of two women, all right, just because your older sister is married, and then you put a threshold on a woman's age for marriage, okay? Putting her down. So now Dee feels as if she is finished if she hits 30 unmarried. This is one of the reasons why she has to stay away from IamMarwa, in order to build herself, okay? Because IamMarwa is one of those who are putting women down, especially black women. Secondly, how do you expect your sister to feel like she is loved by black men when you yourself do not love black women? She doesn't have the role model from you having love for black women. So how can you say you love your sister? You don't love black women. So how do you love your sister, who is a black woman? All right, how do you love her? And Dee is showing him how Jamaican men actually, even though they may not love black women, but at least they compliment black women. So all of a sudden he's complimenting the sister. So the Jamaican men, they compliment them and they don't mind going out with them. Myra has a problem with even going out with the black women, okay? But Kino, who Dee Mwango was hanging around, his teenage daughter is, by the way, black, a black girl. So that means that Kino dated, seriously, a black woman, okay? Something that Myra can't do. The love that we see Kino has for his daughter shows you that Kino has no problem with black women. Okay, so even if we were to say, oh yeah, maybe they don't love black women because they make the baby mamas, but they gave the black women a chance, which IamMarwa did not. So all these advice that IamMarwa is giving Dee, how does he expect Dee to take it? He's a hypocrite. He doesn't care about his sister. He is so willing to give his house over to a girlfriend who is still a girlfriend, all right? Which I suspect that he's about to dump because he's claiming that they're gonna go on a trip together. They have to go on a trip. So why are they going on a trip? He wants to, and then he even gives her the story about Lot. There's a song, it's in Creole. Fok nou kite vil sa pou nou kap jwen la perversite le na kite vil sa pa fe kon Madame Fuelo. Madame Fuelo, that was Lot's wife. When we leave this village or this villa, do not do as Lot's wife. Do not turn back, Rocio, or you will be turned into stone. So IamMarwa is planning to leave the villa. Fok nou kite vil sa pou nou kap jwen la perversite le na kite vil sa pa fe kon Madame Fuelo. So when they leave the villa, the village, Rocio better not turn back because you don't know where IamMarwa is going to drop you off, baby girl. So be careful, Rocio. All this that he is making you say while he is, quote unquote, at odds with his darling sister Dee. Yes, he doesn't show he loves black women, but Dee and Myra, you never know what they are up to, Rocio, because you might be row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. A dream, Rocio. Because Bo is no longer in the picture, we don't know if Ro will soon be left out of the picture, as it seems like this is the best way he can remove you from the villa. You know, especially if you are not making the money or whatever it is that he wants from his Muzungu. They are calling you a fake Muzungu because you may have blood in you. And he's not going for the light skins. So we don't know, Rocio. We don't know what he's up to. So I'm sure your eyes are open as to what Myra is up to. So when you go giving advice to Dee, you don't know Dee Mwango. Don't give advice to Dee. She's not your friend, and you're not hers. One of the other things is of course she needed to be far so that you don't go and blame her, because Bo had the opportunity of being close enough to her to blame her for severing their relationship. So when the relationship goes sour between you and Myra, alright, Dee cannot be in the picture. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why you guys may, like, you know, she may be keeping her distance. So when Myra tries to find a reason, Myra is trying to find a reason from Rocio's mouth to dump her wherever he's going with her, because apparently the relationship seems to be a lot of compromise by Rocio. Rocio is compromising a lot here. And if he wanted you to be in the picture, I think what he would have wanted to do is impregnate you and leave you at the care of his mother. But no, he wants to travel with you. Fuck nous quitte sa. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. All right, Rocio. This is what I have to say about your advice to Dee. All right. You said too much. You said too much. All right. About the man paying for you. Let Myra talk. Don't say anything. I know you're a vociferous woman. You're a vociferous woman. But sometimes we need to just let them speak. It's their family, right? Don't meddle into their family affair. Even if he asks you, just say, sure, my darling, I understand you. But don't add to it. Don't add to it. Sure, darling, I understand you. But poor Bo, I didn't see Bo saying anything. Bo never spoke. She barely spoke English. Her English is way better than Bo. And she still got kicked out. So be careful about IamMarwa and Dee Mwango. Because the pair, when he and Dee turn against you, Rocio, watch out.
If it goes wrong, what will happen? You have to have an exit plan from the worst case scenario. You know? Okay. Sister, it's not like I'm giving you financial advice.
No, it's true. Honestly, it's so true.
Me, all I'm saying is, as much as you are young, as much as you feel like...
I don't understand why IamMarwa has been picking up tattooed girls. If it's because those girls are accepting to, or the only ones who are accepting to play his in his reality show with him, if that's the case, because I don't see tattooed women in his family for him to be bringing home these girls who are such contrast to what his family looks like. I understand that Chef Matiko also had a tattooed wife, and despite the fact that he had a tattooed wife, you know, we don't see that in his family. You know, they were married, they had children and things like that, but that's questionable. Now, how else did they attack IamMarwa? I'm telling you, IamMarwa is finished. Dee came with Shauna. Shauna is a mother. Shauna brings her baby, you know, and gives her the room. I think that may have been the room where Ponte was at, or where Christmas List was at, where her friends stay, she says, okay? And Shauna is helping out in the kitchen with the older sister. It's all family in here. It was just family. There were no strangers. You know, Shauna is friends to Dee. There was nobody, you know, the breaking of plates, that was Congrats mom who broke the plate. It wasn't a worker. It wasn't a house help. There was no house help in that kitchen. It was family. It was the older sister, Shauna, Dee Mwango, and Congrats mom. Okay? So Shauna is a reminder of IamMarwa, what a wife is, you know, the mother, you know, not, you know, the kid, it stays in the kitchen, and the child came later, you know, but still, apparently this is not what Rocio is displaying, right? And when what we are reminded of as we see all these women, and we also know that Weenie will soon become a YouTuber. They are showing her little by little as they may turn the entire family into YouTube, because she had already asked Davy to help her. So I believe Davy might be helping her become a YouTuber. The mother is apparently 100% backing her up, as we saw when the mother dragged her along to Nairobi to meet Dee. The mother was instructing Dee to show her how to hold the camera. The mother is 100% behind the training of Weenie to become a YouTuber, an official YouTuber. So here is IamMarwa. Among all these women, he's the one who trained all of them. All of them. Even if he's not training Weenie, you know? But the idea is the fact that, you know, the older sister is right there while he's shooting his camera. And it's very interesting as we see the entire background as he captures what's really going on. It's funny because when you look at some of the videos the sister shoots, she doesn't capture much. She doesn't really capture real stories, but IamMarwa is able to capture a story while he's creating his own story. So as he was shooting, you could see the story of Rocio, the struggle that she's going through in the background, because he kept that camera on Rocio, and that you could see the struggle. You also saw the fact that it was all these women, that he was the only man among all these women. And the funny thing is, and he will say it, he will flaunt it, that he's the one who got all of them to where they are. And now they are attacking him because of his chauvinistic, biased mindset, you know, against women. So he's finished. So when it comes to marriage, he was talking about women being finished. He's finished. All right, I think if he wants to marry somebody, he better start loving his black women, because he'll find himself a wife who is submissive in that sense. IamMarwa is finished, guys.